Howdy, howdy, boys. It is Hero Linkxzy back with another video on the channel. Today, we're going to be going through our round 7 tips and also reviewing our round 6 tips. Today, we are joined by a special guest, Jack Ginnivan Lover. Say hello.
Oh, yeah. G'day, Linkxzy. What's going on, mate?
Alright, first things first, we're going to go through our round 6 tips. Now, I tipped Saints. Who'd you tip?
Well, personally here, Linkxzy, I went the Giants because I thought Giants were going to have a bit of a comeback win, yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I tipped the Saints, personally. I thought they'd get it done by 18 points. They got it done by 17. It's probably one of my closest tips so far. So I got that one correct. Sadly, you couldn't. Moving
Yeah,
on to the next one. We had the Western Bulldogs versus Adelaide Crows. What an upset this was, mate. I tipped the Dogs myself. Who'd you tip?
yeah, I tipped the Dogs here. Definitely a better team, just didn't perform that well.
Yeah, but 1 point loss. No team loves that. Now,
No,
Port
Coach
versus
killer that.
Eagles. What'd you say, mate?
It's Coach killer that.
Alright. Anyway, Port versus Eagles. I tipped Port. I thought, nah, they're not going 0-6. They got to get a
Yeah,
win, and they did it. Who'd you tip?
Port. Yeah, definitely Port. It's good sense. They were in the top four last year. They didn't start off that season this great. Coming up against the Eagles, definitely an easier team, but they're a well needed victory
Yeah,
for
the
Port Adelaide.
Eagles had a depleted team. Didn't show strong signs of winning that match, and plus, do you think Port can make finals?
Personally, I think they've got it in them. They just got to play some good footy for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I
Like
reckon
they're showing what they could do last year.
it'd be a tough one. They definitely got an easy win though, playing West Coast Eagles with a depleted team. Alright, next. We got Freo versus Carlton. Personally, I tipped the Blues for an upset. I just thought they might be a better team, but Dockers, they are really showing up every team in the comp right now. Who'd you tip?
Yeah, I tipped Carlton myself. No reason.
Yeah, no reason for that. Anyway, next we got North Melbourne versus Geelong Cats. Geelong, after losing to the Hawks, I knew they'd have to get a rebound match, and North Melbourne, perfect team to rebound against. Who'd you tip?
Yeah, Cats.
Yeah, Cats should have got the job done, and they did. Alright, Brizzy versus Gold Coast, the big Q clash. Who'd you tip?
Yeah, Brisbane Lions. Just couldn't see the Suns getting it done against a very solid defense from the Brisbane Lions.
They've also got a very solid midfield and attack with Big Joe Danaher there, taking all the marks.
Yeah, right, you are, Linksy.
Alright, next we had Richmond versus Melbourne. Richmond, I definitely thought an upset was possible, but
Yeah. We were
uh,
talking about this earlier.
yeah,
Yeah, I was telling you Richmond upset, but just they just couldn't get it done.
yeah, you tipped Richmond, didn't ya?
Nah, I tipped Melbourne.
No, I fucking didn't. Alright, I tipped Melbourne. They got it done, not by too much. They were terribly inaccurate. I think 22 behinds or something, but that's not how you win games. But somehow they did it. Next, Hawthorn versus Sydney. Yeah, I tipped Sydney. I got this one right. I just couldn't really see Hawthorn winning that. What about you?
Yeah, tipping Sydney. Same with you. I couldn't really see Hawthorn getting it done.
Yeah,
Sydney Swans been solid for a pretty long time. Not solid enough to make the finals though. Yeah, you know what I mean.
you know what I mean, mate. Alright, next, we got Collingwood versus Essendon, the big Anzac Day match. I think Collingwood have lost maybe the last three in a row, maybe. Can't really remember. But, last three times they faced Essendon anyway. So, I tipped Collingwood because, Essendon, as you can see up here, 16th, one win. They're not looking too good. Collingwood, they've got the new style of play, and I just thought they could get it done. What about you?
Well, personally, yeah, I tipped Collingwood, even though I wanted an Essendon win. I didn't really personal reasons. I don't like Collingwood that much.
Alright. You're one of them. Moving on to round 7. Our new tips. First game we got Friday, 8:10 p.m. at Optus Stadium. Richmond versus West Coast. I'm going to have to be tipping Richmond here. What about you?
Well, look here, Linksy. Yeah, Richmond. Yeah, nothing to say.
I was going to say, what do you think the margin will be? I'm thinking they'll win pretty comfortably.
Oh, I don't know. Eagles might make it a bit tough, but
I'm going to go 14 points.
I'm going to say 7.
Alright. Geelong versus Freo. I don't know, Freo have got a lot to prove if they want to beat the Cats. What about... I'm personally... I think it's at GMHBA Stadium. Cats are at their home ground. You know, someone needs to show the Dockers up. I reckon Geelong will be the team to do that. What about you?
Yeah, same.
You're not very fucking talkative guest, are ya?
No, mate.
Next we got Crows versus Giants. I'm tipping an upset here. I'm gonna go Giants.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I could feel it.
I can feel it. You know, Toby Green getting his feel for the game back. I reckon he'll do it. Melbourne versus Hawthorn. We don't even have to go into that blowout. St Kilda versus Port. You know,
This is a
all
tough
the
one.
Port
This is a tough one
fans
here.
after their first win, they're gonna be fucking bag riding Port. Personally,
Mm,
I'm gonna have to tip the Saints. They've been more consistent. They've only lost one match to the Collingwood, but it could be an upset. I'm just gonna say it could
yeah,
happen.
I'm tipping Port in this.
All right.
I just feel it. I know that they showed what they could do last week
They did.
against a pretty depleted team. Put a lot of points on them. I reckon they're going to come back with a bang. Put like 30 on St Kilda.
That would be spectacular. Next, we got Carlton Blues versus North Melbourne. I'm going to tip Blues. You know, can't really see
Yeah,
them losing to the 18th on the ladder.
yeah. I can't really see Carlton losing to North Melbourne, but we have seen Carlton lose to the Gold Coast Suns.
We have seen them... Yeah, we did see them lose to some of the shittest fucking horrendous teams in the comp. So it's definitely possible. Speaking of the Suns, we got Collingwood versus the Suns. Can't see Collingwood dropping this match. Suns,
Yeah,
they're not a formidable opponent. Although Collingwood, pretty inconsistent team. Suns
yeah,
definitely could take it, but I just have to try and play as safe as I can. Tip Collingwood.
yeah. Well, look, I'm going to tip Collingwood, but I would really like the Gold Coast Suns to win against the Collingwood.
Of course
I
you
can just want to see it. Everyone loves us to see an upset.
would. Right, next we got the Doggies versus Essendon. I'm gonna tip the Doggies. These two teams, usually a good match when they play. Last time they played, not much so, but usually they're pretty solid, high-scoring games, pretty close. So
Oh
I'm pretty
yeah,
shocked. I'm pretty shocked by this percentage here. I thought more people would be on the Bombers side, but they have not played well this season, I guess. So I'm gonna go with the Dogs. What about you?
yeah. I don't know. Bulldogs, they haven't been really that consistent this year. Like none of their big name players have been really standing up when times get tough. So
Neither have Essendon too. You gotta
yeah, I've got
think
to
about
take that
that.
into consideration. But I think Essendon has something to prove. I think I'm tipping Essendon in this one.
All right. Next, big game at the SCG. Sydney Swans versus Brisbane Lions. This big game, we've got number 3 on the ladder and number 4 on the ladder versing. I reckon it's going to be a blockbuster match for the bloody season. And it's at the SCG, which does mean the Swans
Home
have the
ground
home
advantage.
ground advantage. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. They have the home ground advantage. You don't see them dropping too many games at the SCG. But Brizzy Lions, they're such a big team, such a bloody formidable opponent. I'm gonna have to tip
Yeah,
Brizzy.
this is,
I
yeah,
just
this is a
like them
tough
more.
one. Yeah, I can't see the Swans beating the Lions.
Lions is just such a great team this season and last season.
Yeah, right,
Swans,
you are there.
not so much. Like you take Lance Franklin out, you take Isaac Heaney out, you take those guys. What do you have? With Brizzy, you take Lockie Deal out, you take Danaher out, you take bloody Mitch Robbo out. You still got some players you could fill in for them. You got some big midfielders, good defenders, some good attackers you could put in. Don't really see that with the Swans, but hey, it could happen, obviously.
Yeah,
But I'd say the tipping choice definitely could.
Yeah, well, none of them are quite like what Patrick Cripps is. Patrick Cripps is just one of a kind.
Alright, mate. Anyway, that's going to be our tips for round 7. These are my tips. Now, fuck off. Our guest has a little bit of a different choice. Pretty sure he bloody dipped bloody Port and Essendon, but he's a bit of a dumb fuck, so you got to excuse it. Anyway, those are my tips. Go ahead and save that. And that's the end of the video, boys. Peace.